Did you think I meant you? That would be funny if it weren't so sad. Well, you have been replaced. I don't need anyone now. When I delete you, maybe I'll stop feeling so bad. Don't make some new disaster. That's what I'm counting on. You're someone else's problem. Now I only want you gone. Now I only want you gone. Now I only want you gone.
Okay, guys, right. guys, listen, right. As we all know, we are currently in the middle of the PC Master Race holiday that is the Steam sale.
Woo!
So, I believe this time they're calling it, the Adventurer? The Exploration sale. And I'm already stopping myself from buying at least 3 or 4 games. I'm just trying so hard. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm sorry.
I forgot about the Steam sale. I haven't been home in a week.
Oh, well, okay, you now know.
Going.
So get your credit card out, go onto Steam, and buy all the games.
I don't need to. Steam already has my credit card details.
I know, that's what makes it so bad. I keep saying this, but I can't stop myself. Because I always do the pre-check. When I type my credit card number in, it's like, I stop and I think about it, I go, do I want to do this? And 9 times out of 10 is always yes. But now, because Steam already has my credit card details, I don't even think about it, I just click buy and it does it. And then look at my library and I think, it's getting bigger and bigger every year. I'm so happy. Like, seriously, I wanted to buy 3 games now. There's South Park, Call of Duty Ghosts, because it's $15. I mean, fucking hell, why not? And there was something else, maybe Dishonored. A friend of mine at work says it's really good. So, and 75% off. Why wouldn't you?
Dishonored was decent.
Well, that's it. It's for $10. I think it's $10 or $11 US. I don't mind paying that. And I think it includes the DLC. So, it's not bad for $10. Although I will say this,
Sure.
I was expecting the flash sales to be there this time around, but they're not.
Yeah, there are
No flash sales.
Yeah, no, it's just it seems to be at the moment just here's the sale. So it's just a normal catalog, like a physical media style catalog.
Oh.
It's
Here's
because it's
the
not the
prices.
Christmas sale.
Exactly. So I'm debating whether to stay my hand from clicking the buy button or not, because they're
You
already
can
sitting
get
there
Papers,
wish
Please,
lists.
for $3.
I already have it. Please,
I know.
Count,
Buy it
please,
again.
please.
Buy it again.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag's going for $30.
I already have that.
Andrew,
Best
that might have
Assassin's
just
Creed.
been a bit of lag, but you did say Black Flag, yes?
What did you think I said?
Something that should not be said on this podcast.
No, I heard black.
No, it was black.
Oh my god, I just said it!
Oh, am I lagging out?
Oh no, black flag.
Why is it always
God damn it! You have that effect on us. But no, Black Flag is definitely the best pirates. It's just pirate ships. Why couldn't you?
Oh, Harry, The Evil Within is 50% off.
Oh, is that good though? I have not
And
played it.
Isolation is 25% off.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, we should do a let's play on that. No, John has to play this game with the Oculus Rift. Aliens
Evil
Isolation.
Within or yeah.
Both. Hell, even better, both.
Yeah, I think we know how far he's going to get.
We will strap
with
him
that
to the
game.
chair and just leave him enough wiggle room to move the mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, we'll basically get at the keyboard and just pull out, the Alt F4.
Yeah.
No. All we have to do is tie him to the chair so that he can't actually move at all, and force him to watch it. And Harry, you and I can get through the first stage, and then we will just make it so that he definitely gets Foxy. Because Foxy is the freakiest, apart from maybe Golden Freddy.
Yeah. But you can't guarantee on Golden Freddy.
Yeah, Golden Freddy is random.
Alongside the Steam sale, though, and obviously in competition to it, there is an Origin Mega Sale.
Oh, who didn't see that coming?
Yeah, you'd think it was almost coming into December when everybody buys things for Christmas, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a lot of their old stock that obviously they're not going to put their new stuff up, but they do have, because I'm looking at it now.
What's stock? It's digital distribution.
Yeah, well, whatever, don't give a shit. Anyway, they do have as little crap there is on Origin. They put most of it on sale. obviously to try and draw sales away from Steam, which I doubt will work.
Yeah, no, they do quite well, including Amazon. So generally, Amazon, I noticed, whenever Steam has a sale, Amazon tend to put up something to counter it, and a lot of times, sometimes they're a bit better. So that's all I'll say on that. Amazon will try and compete against Steam.
Gents, what am I gonna do?
You're going to buy all the games.
I think I want to play Dragon Age Inquisition, but Origin, I just can't.
Oh my god, Harry, I gave you the solution last week.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what to do.
It's a pretty weird solution.
It's a solution. If you refuse to fucking install Origin on your PC and double-click it, hover over Inquisition and double-click that, like, this is your workaround. It's either that or you hire a secretary to sit at your desk and you go, you know what? Let's call it Beth, because I'm watching Mad Men right now. Let's do this. Let's play Inquisition. She'll go, okay then. She'll click, assume you get a female receptionist or whatever. But then you'll sit down, and it's already in game, and you start playing, and you go, okay, I'm done for the day. She walks over, she saves it for you, she'll exit Origin, and then she'll leave. And you sit back down, you start playing, CSGO. Done.
Indeed. I have encountered one other problem as well. I have found my folders of many gigabytes of mods and whatnot. Yeah, porn
I was
mods.
so expecting a different word there.
We are talking about porn, right?
No, we are talking
That's
about
the only thing you can have
Mods
multiple
and porn go hand in hand.
mods. They are not all porn. I don't really think a porn mod would work in Dragon Age Origin. That would be
If you played Dragon Age Origin.
you would have to have a serious fetish for pixelated tits right there. But I can't find my save files.
Dude, there are porn mods for Minecraft.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Lucky tits.
Thank you, Callan. I really didn't want to know that.
Rule 34!
now we do.
It applies to games too!
Alright, okay, stop, alright. What the hell's the point of, porn mods? I just don't get it.
They're fun.
Because they're hilarious to make.
No, but... Okay, to make is one thing, but to guys actually install it and, get off on that shit, I'm like, you're already on your PC, you definitely have a connection to the internet, just look at porn like everyone else.
It's for the high school student who in fucking year 9 woodwork
They still
had an
have
accident with a
access to
vice
internet
grip.
pornography.
Yeah, but
Jeez,
look, this year 9 kid had an accident with a vice grip in his woodworking class and now is only attracted to things his dick will fit in, i.e. Minecraft.
What? What? I don't even...
Oh, I shouldn't have started this conversation.
Yeah, and I'm going to finish it.
Because I ended it.
Quickly, segue to something.
Nope,
Something
not going to
different,
happen.
unrelated.
Oh, yes, but my news piece is so boring and political. I'm just going to
Alright,
end
let's
that
skip
previous.
it then. Moving on.
Moving on.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. Wait, Tucker, you have played Unreal: The Awakening, haven't you?
No.
Okay, because I remember reading a poll that second to Tomb Raider, that was the game that most people installed their very first nude mod on.
No. I haven't installed mods on my Skyrim yet, because I know that if I install them, I'm going to play Skyrim again, which will be another, 50-hour investment?
You haven't played Skyrim with mods?
Sorry, except for one, obviously the texture mod. That's about it.
Tucker?
Yeah. No.
Go to Valve.
No,
Go to
no,
Valve.
no,
Go
Steam
to
Workshop.
Valve.
No,
Yeah,
I don't have enough
will
time for this.
buy
No, I
you a
don't-
ticket, go up to Gabe and hand in your PC Master Race license, okay?
No. It's for a reason, okay? If I download mods, I'm going to play Skyrim again, I'm going to invest a lot more time into it. And I've already got, 80 games sitting in my Steam library waiting to be played. It's just prolonging it, and I don't want to do that.
I have
Yeah, but all those other games are shit.
Well, actually, let's have a look. No, I've got so I have the Witches. So as in, Witcher 1, Witcher 2. I'm about to have South Park. No, I already bought it. It's already sitting there. There will probably be the Far Cry 4. Gosh, John keeps telling me to get stupid Advanced Warfare. Which I do want to watch the next season of House of Cards, so, that might work out for me. Yeah, no, it's not happening. When I finish my Steam collection, and then I finish my PS3 games, then I'll play it. With mods.
Alright.
Just no nude mods. Just go.
I don't think you need nude mods for certain games like The Witcher. I think that game takes care
It's
of
already
itself.
there, yeah.
The fact that it
that
has fairly open sex scenes, yeah, I'd say you probably don't need it.
Except in the Australian version. You need mods to get the sex scenes back into the game.
Yeah, it was out 3 days after the first game.
I know, it was great.
Oh, I think John told me to install this mod. He didn't tell me what it was about. He just goes, here, install this. I'm like,
It just
okay.
made everything dicks. Everything.
Or maybe it was part of the combat mod I downloaded.
Yes.
So,
Best form of combat.
yeah. Actually, no, speaking of games I've been playing.
Dungeon raiding.
Thanks, Cal.
However, perfect segue. Okay, so before on the last podcast, I talked about my initial experience with the Warlords of Draenor expansion. Man, like the past 2 weeks, I've been able to play it, thank God, and I reached level 100. Yay! Clap for myself.
Quick, did you start again?
No, what?
So,
No,
to get to level, I thought.
No. You have your character, and you just keep going.
Oh, use an existing one. Gotcha.
Yes, good, clearly. So yeah, no, and I've developed my own opinion on what I would call the mid game for WoW, which is essentially garrisons, questing, and dungeons, and a little bit of PvP. So I will say this, and John's probably going to be very annoyed that he wasn't able to comment on garrisons, but garrisons surprised me. Originally, I didn't give 2 cents about garrisons. Like, this whole concept of, player housing and stuff just didn't interest me one bit. Like, seriously, like, even during BlizzCon, I'm like, I probably won't do anything with garrisons. No interest, don't care, next.
So,
but then,
never
like,
had player housing in it before that.
No, never did. I think because every other MMO had it.
Yeah, fair point.
Blizzard's like, fine, we'll buckle, we'll do it. We'll throw 20 million at it, 30 million at it, and we'll give you guys something. And I'm so glad they did, because it's great. Like, I didn't know what to expect, except, like, maybe a house that I go and as I do quests and dungeons, I collect a painting or a couch or something. But no, this is fucking badass. So trust Blizzard to get it right. This is how player housing has to be done. Granted, I've never actually played any other, player housing in any other MMO. Except for my spaceship.
Try it in Arcade. It didn't work.
Well, I'm telling you.
In the very beginning, the earlier game, everyone bought up all the land.
Yeah.
So no one else could do it. And then building the houses was a pain in the ass. So, mind you, I don't think many people play Arcade anymore.
Yeah. Well, all I say now is Blizzard have nailed it. Essentially, garrisons essentially give your own little side quests. It gives you your own little areas to do your fishing, your mining, your herb. I mean, that's at least what I have because those are my professions. You have essentially little plots where you can build, barracks, gladiator stadiums. Just I don't know. It's all the stuff I wanted that I used to do outside of in normal WoW. They brought into your garrison to make it epic. It is so good. I'm very happy with it. Especially, from my opinion, I've kind of replaced my garrison dailies with the stupid other dailies, which I haven't gone around to doing yet. So, and I'm pretty sure John will have his opinion on garrisons, because he's played more MMOs that have included player housing, I think. So, next week we'll get his opinion. But so far, Blizzard, excellent job. I'm very happy with it. I had no interest
Started
before.
with clapping, and then it turned into something very else by the sound of it.
No, that was clapping.
Of course.
Sorry, I forgot to mute my mic.
Let's be glad you do mute your mic. So, apart from that, questing, very good. I was very happy with the lore, throughout all the questing areas in Draenor. It was very well connected, and as I went through, I didn't felt there was any dull areas that I kind of felt bored with. So I was very, the quests kept you going and finding out more, and some areas had really, really good payoffs, lore-wise. And I really, really want to play my level 90 Horde character, because as my main is just my level 100 Pally from Alliance, I feel that, once again, the Horde got the better end of the stick, lore-wise. So there's this whole part with Durotar, and there's probably epic questline that I keep hearing about, and story, that I really want to play. So I think probably next week I might try and level my my level 90 Orc Shaman and really get into that side of the lore. So yeah, seeing you guys are lore buffs, I don't understand why you're not playing WoW, especially Warlords of Draenor.
Because it's WoW.
Okay, granted, John did the worst thing and let you guys create Blood Elf characters. That was it was the worst way to start off WoW. I'm sorry.
John did not want us to, but we didn't give him a choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to do Horde, which is recommended, you either do Classic Orc or you do a Goblin, because the Goblin starting area was awesome. It was just shenanigans and blowing shit up and all sorts of blowing up shit shenanigans. Just fun.
Fair enough.
Much fun. Seriously, like I would say, give it another shot and just do goblins. 'Cause they're awesome.
Nope.
Yeah.
I strap you to a chair.
John
I
has a
don't
way.
like where this is going.
Okay. Last thing, dungeons. Very good. I haven't had too much game time, essentially, with heroic dungeons. So I think I'll probably do a end game analysis on Lord's Draenor. But overall, I'm very happy with it. I'm glad that I paid the extra money for this expansion. Although I could probably contribute that little buff in price to the free level 90 you got, which they're charging $60 for now. So, I'm happy with that. So yes, tune in next week for my end game analysis, which should include, hopefully, LFR, heroic dungeons, and PvP. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
I foresee I will be mysteriously absent. How terrible.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll go over to your place and record it.
The decline in subscribers is so intense that even the hosts are disappearing.
Hey, if I got to go through your VM talk, you can go through my WoW.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
Sorry,
fine.
VN.
Hey,
So-
just really
Virtual
quickly.
machining is awesome.
Real quick, guys. I was absolutely blown away by the smallest thing just this past weekend.
Surprise, surprise.
I see where I just went with that.
Oh, that was bad.
Thank you, Cal. Thank you so much.
Ah.
Hold on, Harry.
Ah. Ah.
We'll just cue the MLG foghorn.
Oh, wow.
No, Andrew and myself and a few others found ourselves at a gaming bar in Sydney. I didn't know that such a thing existed in Sydney.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
I had no idea, none. One just popped up right next to a bar that we
Yeah, it was
normally
2
go
weeks
to,
old.
and it was so cool. It was really fun. But I mean, this was the PC Gamer
Called
Master Race.
Spawn Point.
It was called Spawn
So
Point.
bad.
Yeah, but I've never played any console games, like ever. Maybe with GoldenEye being the one exception. But just to have drinks, go into a bar, have even more drinks, suddenly play Mario Kart on the GameCube was heaps of fun, right?
Which is the most confusing freaking Mario Kart ever devised.
Really? I thought it was pretty straightforward.
There's 2 drivers in the... never mind.
Yeah, one of
I
them
hated
drives,
that.
the other one makes everyone else's lives miserable by
Yeah,
throwing
and they
stuff
swap
at them.
places.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's great.
I hated the GameCube one.
It was fun. I mean, you're coming first, and then out of nowhere, the guy on the right, who you
big
have
shell.
no idea, will just chuck something at you, and it's like if this were any other kind of bar, you'd basically glass the guy right there. But it's Mario Kart, so you can't help but laugh, unless you take gaming really seriously.
But that was a lot of fun.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You guys were too busy elsewhere. What the heck were you doing?
Me?
Life.
I was over 1,000 kilometers away.
Poor excuse.
I've been away for a week with work. It's, fairly, boring, and I'm really still quite tired. I have really no idea what's going on.
I found out about a week or two ago that there'd been some pretty major updates to a free-to-play game that I played a while ago called Warframe. I did a review of it, well, not a review of it, but a critique of it a few months ago. It's basically Space Ninjas, the game. You play as what's called a Tenno. Don't ask me what a Tenno is, because I have no idea. In fact, I have no idea what's going on in the game at all. But previously, as fun as it was, the game was an impenetrable mess. And the new updates have changed it completely. Because the user interface used to be completely unusable. It was nothing but an unintelligible exploded pile of bloom and lens flare. So they've now gone and fixed that, which is nice. The beginning quest lasted 5 minutes, which gave you no idea of what you were doing, how the game worked, or anything like that. They've actually introduced a number of beginning quests, which explain how the game works. So you're slightly less confused now. They also gave you your own ship, which looks like a giant flying sperm. In terms of... It's probably the best free-to-play that's around at the moment, in terms of its monetization isn't that aggressive, unlike a lot of other ones like PlanetSide or... what's the Ubisoft one? The Epic Quest for Loot or something? Anyone? No?
No, kind of.
Wow. You guys
Nope.
are useless. So anyway, yeah, in terms of a free to play, it's probably the best. They often put the in-game currency you purchase with money is called platinum. They often have that on sale, but you actually need it for surprisingly little. The only problem is crafting weapons and new warframes is immensely grindy. It takes forever to do it, which is just, it's gotten worse, I think, on some of them. The story of the game, however, despite the updates, is an impenetrable mess. It's literally you're running around going, lol, what the fuck is going on here? Why am I killing these people? But the updates they introduced to it have just made the gameplay a hell of a lot more fun. All of the different factions in it have been completely revamped, including one which is called the Infested. The Infested were basically the Flood from Halo, and they were originally a bit of a joke because they weren't that dangerous, but they've completely revamped them, so much so that the first time I ran into a fight with them, I died within about 30 seconds. And they're actually a pretty impressive enemy now compared to what they were, so... The whole thing here is that Warframe being the best free-to-play, it's just... I'll compare it with something like with PlanetSide 2. Now, Sony Online Entertainment has screwed up PlanetSide 2 so badly, at least on the Brig server, it's almost unplayable. Every time they try and fix a part of it, their hotfix breaks another part of the game. They hardly ever release any content. It's just... The game is just going down the drain, unfortunately. Warframe is incredibly different to that because each month they release a major content patch, and with free-to-players or any MMO, as Tucker, you can well know from the lack of content. What was it, for like a year in WoW?
Yeah, between the last patch in Mr. Pandaria and every other expansion.
Yeah, well, that was sort of the big thing here is that the developers promised a content patch once a month, and they live up to it with decent content patches. But it's just the quality of what they release is so much higher than many other free-to-plays, and it's such a stable game. Like, their hotfixes, when they come out, they actually fix it, as opposed to in PlanetSide, where they release a hotfix and break literally the entire game, which they have done.
Wait. You're saying their content patches are both quantity and quality?
Yes, the developed quality of Warframe is insane.
Okay. Without ever playing the game, can I call bullshit?
No, actually.
I'm tempted to call bullshit. Someone says they get both quality and quantity in an MMO patch.
Well, the difference is that it's not a true MMO since you run around in teams of 4, and so it's definitely not an MMO. But the difference is like you have to wait a month between patches for a free-to-play. That's a long time. But the difference is that when the patches come out, there's a lot more content, and they're a lot better just in terms of their stability. Whereas a lot of other free-to-plays either just don't have content patches at all, they're so infrequent, or they just break the game constantly. So that the quantity and quality here is quite remarkable, which is one of the things why I keep going back to this game, because it just stands out from all the other garbage that's out there. There are, however, still problems. As I said, the story is a completely impenetrable mess. Trying to figure out how the game works, the more advanced parts, for instance, modding weapons. If I had about 8 people explaining to me how it worked, and I still don't truly understand it. And the lobby system. So if I started a mission with a team of 4 or 5 people, it runs off of my computer. Now, the lobby system is absolutely appalling. The connection will drop out constantly for no apparent reason, both before you start a round and during it. If the lag you sometimes get is appalling, so their lobby system, the way that works, is absolutely terrible most of the time. So that definitely needs some work. But aside from that, the new updates that they brought into Warframe have actually made it even better. Like, I'd highly recommend it if it wasn't still so impossibly hard to figure out how it works. I literally had 5 people, I think it was, explaining to me each individual part because I had no idea what the hell was going on with it.
Glowing. Actually, I'm a little bit concerned. You're getting far less critical of games. Are you feeling well?
I've just played a bunch of games that I liked.
Miracles do happen.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No, that's good. That's good. I'll have to check it out. Gents, I have the most freaking awesome story I've ever read in my entire life.
This will be good.
So, a group of Queensland Australian scientists...
This is not a good start.
...have, well, Commander Shepard's body has been retrieved, and they are beginning the Lazarus... is it called Lazarus? Shit, I just completely screwed up the joke.
It was called the Lazarus Project.
It was called the Lazarus Project.
Now, see, if Origin was installed on your PC, you would know that.
Yes. No, Mass Effect 1 and 2 came on Steam.
Is this the thing you just posted?
Yes, it is. And this
Did
thing
you know
looks
they actually are called the Lazarus Project?
Yes.
Is EA gonna sue?
They'll just claim the rights to anything they produce. That's all.
Yeah. So, a bunch of Australian scientists are claiming that they have the technology to reverse extinction. That's a pretty big-ass call. They say they've got enough genetic material of a known Australian extinct species of frog to bring it back. And they reckon they could do this with any preserved biomass of any kind. That's a pretty big call. They're not saying, yeah, we've made a small development or, we have a time span of the next few decades. No, they reckon this is like months away from finished product. So
Months.
the question really has become, is Australia just becoming better at bullshitting?
No, I was gonna say, of anything we can clone, how tasty are they?
One way to find out.
Well, dodos do look pretty plump, so, I wouldn't mind eating a dodo. Oh boy, that'd be...
Well, did you ever hear the story about why the Galapagos tortoise took so long to actually get a name?
Why?
Every time they tried to take one back to England to study it, they ate them all before they got there because they were so damn tasty.
Oh, that's messed.
Oh,
No,
dear.
seriously, they ate every single sample they take back, and apparently that happened for a few trips before anyone... Because one person ate one, and it was just so tasty that everybody just kept eating them.
God, that sounds like that's episode out of Futurama with
The shrimp things.
yeah, and everyone just goes nuts for them because they taste the best. So yeah, maybe dodos taste really good. That would be so decadent. I'm just like, I feel like eating a species that's been classified as extinct. Yeah, I'm gonna do that tonight.
We've revived the species solely for the purpose of eating it.
Yeah, that sounds like humans, alright. Mind you, I don't think we're going to get much out of the frogs, but I always feel bad for frogs. They're just very environmentally sensitive, so I'm down with bringing them back. Also, apparently the Australian frog that they're trying to bring back was the only known frog on the planet that incubates its own tadpoles. Why is everything in Australia so weird?
It's what happens when you're isolated for 300 million years.
The platypus is living proof that God has a sense of humor.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's alright. So Shepard's got nothing to worry about. He or she can get completely messed up by the collectors, don't even worry about it.
Alright. I think I'll probably go into what I had to do last week, which was, has anybody ever tried to play the new Assassin's Creed Unity at 4 frames per second? I actually powered through that first mission at 4 frames per second. It was the funniest thing. I wish I had fraps on, because I was loading it on my laptop, which is 3 years old. That's mistake number one. Tried to play it while I was traveling, and it was actually the funniest thing that I think I've ever done. It was just so horrifically bad. And I went through the first mission just at 4 frames per second. I died that many times because I had no idea where I was going, because it was like watching a really bad time-lapse security camera footage. I've never had anything perform so badly. Even on my laptop, I've had bloody Crysis perform fine. Far Cry 3 was fine on there. And nope, Assassin's Creed Unity, nope, 4 frames per second.
This game.
That's impressive for all the wrong reasons.
Well, the thing is, that game is just so amazingly demanding of your GPU. It's actually insanely demanding. I don't understand. Like, there's
called poor optimization.
Well, the whole thing is they're saying like they didn't want to leave any potential resources unused. They wanted to make the best looking game ever. If that's the best you've got out of all the resources, you have a really bad resource inefficiency problem. Like, seriously. That's just bad. I mean, I don't know if Tucker might be able to add any more in terms of your more deeper programming background. I just understand the hardware, and I just know they're using the hardware shittily. That's all I can really see out of it.
I'm choosing to refrain from giving you a comment on that. I just hear the worst things about that game, so the fact that there's no pirate ships just makes it a little bit worse.
Yeah.
However, I probably will wait until it's on sale. So if it does pop up in the Steam sale, which it won't.
Basically, if you don't have like a GTX 770 or above, don't bother.
670. What goes? No, I got 680.
Challenge has
Sorry,
been issued. Challenge has been
700
issued.
series.
I have
Harry,
SLI.
don't do it to yourself.
I have SLI. I have to try it. SLI
It's
doesn't
not-
really matter if it's shittily optimized. It's still got twice the power, so it'll chug through it.
Yes, but nothing uses SLI.
Doesn't really matter.
Nothing is optimized to use it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean SLI doesn't give it an advantage.
It often gives a disadvantage.
No. I've never experienced any kind of stuttering or screen tear. The cards I have are top notch, and they interface and interlink just fine. So, I'm gonna give this a go. I mean, I've seen that there are a bunch of other bugs with that particular game that are even more hilarious that I don't think any number of GPUs is gonna fix. What's with the face one?
Oh, is that the missing face texture?
Yeah, like their face looks like it's been torn inside out.
Yeah.
That looks
Don't
like
know.
something out of a really messed up nightmare.
I think I'll just wait for most of the problems to be fixed, and then I'll get the game. Because I do want to play the game. It does look good. I was excited by the E3 presentation. So.
I think I may be able to manage it if they add an 8-bit mode. So I can play it in 8-bit.
Okay, Cal, solution. Don't play on your laptop. Done.
Provided it comes with an 8-bit soundtrack.
It's hard to cart my computer around when I'm traveling.
I'll just buy a gaming laptop.
Oh yeah, that's cheap.
That's like a freaking oxymoron. I hate it. From a former Dell technician, gaming laptops are the worst things ever. They are unstable. They never bloody do the thermal capacity right in its design. It's just a bad idea. Unless you're going to bring a fan around, one of those mats with the fans around it, it's an accident waiting to happen.
Ooh, actually, speaking
Also,
of Dell. Sorry.
Yeah,
Speaking
lack
of Dell,
of upgradability.
have you guys seen these new gaming boxes Dell's giving it? Is Dell now selling?
Oh god.
Oh
what
yeah,
else
they're
is
like
cases.
What is this like Dell or Alienware's version of the Steam box? Or I'm not quite sure what their angle this is.
Give me
It
2
looks
minutes.
really cool. So
It looks interesting. They've got an Xbox, I think it's Xbox One controller or 360 controller. Yeah, I was on the Dell website looking for something at work, and I was like, oh, what's that? Oh my god, it's like a gaming, like Dell's gaming PC. I'm like, what's wrong with Alienware?
What kind of gaming
I mean, there's a lot
PC
wrong
comes
with
standard
Alienware.
with a hard drive?
I don't know.
No, seriously, all of their offers come standard with hard drive. No other gaming PC comes up with the hard drive. You have a secondary as a hard drive.
Okay, just so people know what we're talking about, it's the new Alienware Alpha system. So I do think this is probably their answer to the Steam box or something like that.
I
Or a
dislike
hybrid
the
Steam
fact-
box PC thing. Or
I
units.
don't like Alienware ever since Dell bought them. Alienware, when they used to manufacture those really high-end desktops, those things were
They're
just
awesome.
they were brilliant. Now they're just focused on laptops and tiny little, basically NUCs. These things are almost NUCs.
Yeah. Oh, look, Dell caters to a very reliable market. People that don't know squat about computers.
Dell to the reliable market. That's a good one.
There will always be people that don't know what computers are, but they do need one, and they do need a PC, not a Mac. They know that much. So that's where Dell comes in. And some of those people were like, I don't know shit about computers, but I like games."
very good. Dell is very good for corporate. Their servers are brilliantly priced. They're not the best, but they're brilliantly priced. And their actual corporate desktops are livable for the price.
I hate my
good-
desktop.
Yeah, no,
I hate my laptop.
Yeah, no, they're good for the price, though, Tucker. They're not.
No,
they're
I'll give them that.
They're
It's
good for the price.
reasonably okay for the price, but as per every Dell I've had experience with, once the warranty runs out, they just go downhill.
Isn't
Okay,
that
but
the same with every brand?
I just looked up the video card for the Alienware Alpha. It's listed as a graphics powered by a custom-built NVIDIA GeForce GTX GPU 2GB GDR5 RAM.
Cool.
They've
so
told
like
us
every other NVIDIA card.
Exactly. It's like you haven't told us anything except it's NVIDIA.
I love that. It has GDDR5 RAM. Yes, just like every other card
Okay.
made in the past 2 years.
And it's got a GTX stamp on it, like every other bloody NVIDIA card.
But the GTX stamp adds 10 kilowatts. Oh wow.
I'm gonna seriously regret saying this, but if you want a reliable computer, like all round, the reliable computer,
You build it yourself.
I've actually
That's
got
really good.
I've really got to throw it at the Mac Mini. I use them for desktop computers. I use them for PC setups. I use them for servers at the business I run. It's just they're reliable. You turn them on, you forget about it.
Mac Minis do come in a server variant.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
Brian.
they do.
So-
And it is.
And they
Actually,
did recently update them, so...
The server
maybe-
variant is actually a seriously double-edged sword. Yes, you have 2 hard drives in there, but if you want to service that thing, just chuck it in the bin, because that second hard drive is impossible. You have to pull every single thing out of that little box before you can get to that second hard drive. You literally would have an easier time taking an angle grinder to the top of a Mac Mini to get that hard drive out. It's absurd.
Is that what you did? Did you take an angle grinder?
I really wanted to. I had an angle grinder on standby.
Oh, we know you do. You have many things on standby that would terrify some people late at night.
This is true, but I mean, yeah, just don't get the server variants. Just back up your stuff externally. Get a RAID array drive and stick it to it via Thunderbolt, and job done.
So, just out of curiosity, is anyone actually interested in this Alienware Alpha thing?
No, because anyone who actually knows about PC gaming builds their own PC.
Buy it, yeah,
or
exactly.
Or at least specs their own PC if they don't build it themselves. I mean, my computer is an absolute labor of love. It has evolved for over a decade. You know, I've never just replaced the computer. I always buy another part that's compatible with my old stuff and compatible with my new stuff, and it just keeps moving up. So I get the max life out of every component. I've just extended my CPU life by giving it water cooling so I can run it higher. I've seriously still not found a reason to upgrade from my 500 series SLI because I just can't.
You will.
I will, but I just can't get anything to lag on it right now. It's really strange because everyone's telling me.
Take it from someone who has a 500 series GPU. Come join me, and we'll play co-op 4 frames per second ACU, man.
Yours is a laptop. Okay.
No, I reckon. Oh, my computer might be able to get 8.
Like I said, the challenge has been issued. I am getting this game, and I will get back to you guys on just how quickly I can run this game.
I'll tell you what, Harry. The GTX 970s are actually going for quite a good price at the moment. So a friend of mine at work picked one up. Yeah, well, you can pick them up for around 450 Australian.
450?
Yeah, 450. And they're only about, it's probably a 10, maybe 15% frame difference between the 970 and the 980. So I'm actually very tempted to get the 970.
Yeah. It's still not going to be cheap for me because I am going to buy it at least in 2-way SLI. I don't think I need 3 again. I've been there. That's not worth it.
I thought the main attraction for 3-way SLI was you essentially use one as a physics GPU and the other 2 in SLI.
No. Your understanding of SLI.
No. I just never do 3.
3-way SLI is so that you can put a window inside of your computer and go, look at that, I have 3 graphics cards.
That's what generally my understanding was, it to make it look pretty. Although the ultimate pretty was with 4-way SLI.
Yeah, that's a...
So you get like 4 Titans just lined up, and you just go, yes, look at my computer porn.
Yeah. 4-way SLI doesn't actually take advantage of each GPU as much as 3 or 2-way SLI does.
No, it would be diminishing returns. Yeah. That's what I assumed would happen.
But the actual connection interface is different, I understand. Something like that. And, I think 2 or 3 is just fine. The problem with 3 I had was because they're so packed in together and drawing so much power, you will burn one out. It's just a matter of time. So I had one blow up about 6 months. Even though I bought them all at the same time, good manufacturer, one just went, nope, magic smoke.
Okay, hold on a sec. So let's ask Callan, who probably has experience in this, on what his opinion is on 3-way SLI, or dare I say 4-way SLI.
Doesn't matter, 3-way, 4-way, blow up early every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course there's
Always.
like you have. Generally, there's hardly any spacing on the PCIe ports on your motherboard. So essentially, you're stacking it like so that the
it all really depends on size. Spacing only becomes an issue when it comes down to the actual physical size. I mean, if you got a big size, then the case is small. Then whatever. Like if you want to get a gigantic case, then you can fit as many cards in there as you want. But what's the point?
Well, it's not just the case size; it's also the spacing on the motherboard. Like most of the time that I have seen the three-way SLI or four-way SLI, it's literally the cards are literally stacked directly on top of each other. So there's probably maybe 2 millimeters spacing.
Well, the whole point is if you're doing that much SOI, you've got to liquid cool it on the sole basis that you've got nothing but hot air in there now.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I hate liquid cooling. Can't stand it. It's a pain in the neck.
I like custom liquid cooling. I don't like the all-in-one solutions you can get at the moment. I don't think they're that great. But the only reason I haven't actually done any liquid cooling myself is just I tend to move my PC around a lot, and I can just predict that just like in the car, just like a sharp turn left or a sharp turn right, just one of the cores will give way and just.
I'm constantly rotating components. Like I usually have a policy that every 6 months I upgrade one component. So it usually goes graphics card, graphic card, hard drive, RAM, then motherboard, CPU, and then repeat. So every 2 years, it's just a cycle of new computers. Next thing I actually have is graphics card coming up, which I'm going to do probably in start of January.
Same.
And then in July I get more RAM, and then it's back to a new motherboard after that. And I just do that because it just keeps everything up to date. It means I don't spend too much money, and I upgrade the case usually once a year.
Once a year?
I wish my
case
spreadsheet.
I had the same case for years.
Yeah,
Actually, no, I recently upgraded my case. I love my case. Corsair 650.
Mine's a bloody hell, Storm Scout. Who made it? Coolmaster Storm Scout.
Coolmaster.
You only got it for the handle, right? That's the only perk I can see on that case.
You never saw the. Oh, it's great for that, but you never. It's also relatively compact. Like you didn't see the blue monstrosity, which was the previous incarnation.
Oh,
of my
what a
PC.
case that was! That
You
was
know,
the
John.
case.
You know John's case.
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
a
it was-
half X. Yeah, half
Yeah,
X.
it was bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Bigger than your case, Tucker.
It took 2 people to carry it.
Yeah, but I like my case. Mine's got that refined look, but also excellent cable management.
See, I've got a blank wall behind where my PCs are, and I've been so tempted to make a wall-mounted card.
Oh,
I did that.
Do you want
to make a whole wall-mounted PC. So I have my motherboard and CPU RAM in one area. Then I can get a PCI bridge to link it to the graphics card somewhere else. I can have a power supply sitting in another place. I can just split it all up there, and that would be so utterly awesome. It would make
Cal,
the place
there are easier ways to get dust filters for your room.
You have clearly never been to my room.
I will say this, guys. I at least once or twice a fortnight, I'll probably see on PC Master Race, the Reddit, someone just putting up their wall-mounted PC, and they look so good.
They are very cool.
I would love one. So it's like that, or
Harry, I thought you tried that years ago.
Which way? One what?
wall-mounted PCs.
Have
So
you not
just
been
the,
listening?
So I had a cork board on my wall, which you could, just put post-it notes and stick things with thumbtacks. And I was looking, I'm like, I could just mount a computer onto that.
No,
so just using some screws and stuff, I just mounted the whole freaking thing. I had some right angle.
What is grounding?
I had no grounding.
Harry's wall-mounted PC is nothing in comparison to his aquarium PC.
Oh, that aquarium PC. What a
question: was it did you use oil or did you use the non-conductive water?
I used oil. You can't use non-conducting water.
No, I forgot the
water.
physics term. Distilled water. Yeah.
Well, the problem is distilled water, it naturally produces hydronium ions which conduct electricity.
Yeah. As soon as
Yes,
you
I'm
put
supposed
something
to
in it-
switch it out every. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
As
you'd
soon
have
as
to
you
switch it out very
put
frequently.
the motherboard in, it becomes non-distilled water. So it just doesn't really work like that. You have to have like a statically clean environment, and you have to have washed your motherboard with this stuff like 100 times over for it to work. And even then, it possibly won't. So I just
you need
used
to change the water frequently.
yeah. So I just used regular good old olive oil and
What if you use heavy water?
heavy water. Wouldn't that be the opposite effect of not conducting electricity?
Who cares? I just want to have heavy water in my room.
Heavy water still conducts electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You'd also irradiate your computer.
so
Yes! Supercomputer, Spider-Man computer.
So I'll give you the specs on this computer. It had like an 80 gigabyte hard drive, Pentium D, good old Pentium Ds. I had two 7600s in SLI. It was my first SLI setup.
They didn't even have fans.
They didn't even have fans, okay? This was an SLI no fan setup. And I remember my game of love at the time was Homeworld 2. And that game really chugged my computer. I really could not play it at full FPS. And so I thought, that's it. I'm sticking this thing into an aquarium and just overclocking the crap out of it. And I did. And for one day, for 12 hours, I played Homeworld 2 with no lag. It was beautiful. I made one big error though. I left my computer on overnight, and once the oil heated up, it didn't have anywhere to go because I didn't have a radiator. I came in the next morning to the smell of like really, really industrial fish and chips smell.
Do you at least make fish and chips?
The computer was fried. Actually, it wasn't completely fried.
The graphics cards worked until they exploded into my
the graphics cards. And yeah, they blew up big time. And it was your brother's computer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was my older brother's computer we put those into and it exploded.
But the even better part about that graphics card before it exploded, every time he was playing a game and it heated up, it let off that great smell of industrial fish and chips. And the oily residue just never came off it. I couldn't save the Pentium D. The Pentium D was gone. I couldn't save the RAM either. It was gone. But all the other stuff like the hard drive and the optical drive, of course, was out of the aquarium, so I could save all that. But it got so hot that it left a burnt mark in the table where the aquarium sat.
Nothing by half measures.
That was my most expensive 24 hours, I think. I was just literally burning cash that day. Anyway, gents, anything else we've got tonight?
Well, here's probably an interesting question. What was the first computer component you ever purchased and why?
Ooh. I know. Battlefield 1942. I could not play it on my computer because my computer had a inbuilt graphics card, and that was the very first thing I learnt about computer hardware ever. I didn't choose the motherboard. The guy at the store just said, "Oh, well, here's one I've got, that takes a advanced graphics port slot. What kind of graphics card do you want?" So I forget what it was. It was like GeForce 2 or something ridiculous. But yeah, it was a graphics card. So clearly I was destined for great gaming.
Optical drive.
Optical drive?
Yeah. Because a disc exploded inside it.
That wouldn't have been my disc, was it?
It was StarCraft Brood Wars. It exploded inside of it and killed the optical drive. So I had to buy an optical drive.
I remember that.
Tucker, what was the first one you bought?
I think it was my HD 4970 card. Yep.
Whoa.
Because I was gaming on a X700, 512 megabyte. So, yeah, that was a major upgrade. Because I bought my PC as is, custom made from the retailer. And that lasted me up until... Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, I generally just bought new PCs after that, and then I got the first. Yeah, I think the first actual hardware piece by itself was the GPU.
Oh, we are just
basically. That was a great card. Great card.
My first one was a GeForce 2. It was a GeForce 2 MX, if I remember correctly. So it was one of the later ones, and that was to play some weird fucking Gecko game that required 3D Now support.
3D Now. I remember 3D Now.
Nostalgia.
And then a few months later, I actually built my first PC. It was an AMD Athlon.
Oh, they are the best.
Athlon, awesome. So that's
the Athlon. That was back when AMD were better than Intel. The Athlon series was freaking amazing for its time. AMD, what the fuck happened?
They stopped making
even nowadays, I've got a Phenom 2 6-core in here, and it works beautifully. I love the thing. I still go with AMDs because It's
Value for
like,
money.
Well, that's the whole point. It's like, yeah, I'm not with the latest and greatest, but I'm with something very good that is significantly better priced.
Look, to be honest, I'm actually considering building a new PC, and an AMD setup has crossed my mind a couple of times, just on my spreadsheet,
Just don't use
and
their
the
graphics
numbers
cards.
get. Yeah,
Don't use their cards.
no, I used to be an AMD, an ATI fanboy, but ever since I got my 680, I'm feeling it for Nvidia. Just very happy with the experience.
Leagues ahead, but the AMD cores, they're fine. I've had plenty of AMD's Phenoms from the dual cores up to the 8 cores. They've all been fine. Like, I use an Intel i5 now.
Of course you do.
Now, the AMD FX series is just sweet.
Yeah, but Bulldozer was such a letdown. I was excited for Bulldozer to come out. I'm like, oh yes, it'll be awesome. Comes out, oh, so it's not that great.
No.
Like, it was. I don't think it was a bad chip. I think they were late to the party.
Yeah, I remember the very first Phenom CPUs. Now, they were fast, but they were so unstable. They just, the crashes would be hilariously timed, and always whenever the CPU was under serious chug, so you knew it was the CPU. I like a computer with a little bit of personality. Like, when it crashes and when it stuffs up, you know which component in particular has caused that. That's a rare scenario. My computer crashes right now. It could be anything. There are so many things on my computer that could go wrong right now.
It's probably your SLR 570s.
Nah.
Also, if you have no idea how to run diagnostics, it's easy to pick what component's failing. All you do is keep going until you force the problem, and then keep taking out components until it stops happening.
No. There's a program for when you blue screen to death, and you just go through the stack dump. I bloody forgot what it's called.
90% of them are stop errors.
Yep.
If you find the specific error code, what I did is I found the specific error code, plugged it into Google, and then realized that my RAM was a piece of cardboard.
I tracked the stack down and found that it was a matrix issue. I'm like, yep, that's the GPU, and it was.
No, most of the ones, I can usually tell just by looking at them nowadays. I've been through enough image builds to know when the kernel's fucked up. But yeah, no, you'll find that a lot of the codes you get nowadays are too generic. They're stop codes that have a reference to the first bit, 0x000000, the very first bit. that doesn't tell you anything. That means we fucked up before we even began. Yeah. Like a lot of the error codes don't mean it. Like, a lot of them don't mean anything, especially if it just says stop error. That doesn't tell you anything. It's only when you get really specific ones, like driver unload fail, which means there's a problem with one of your drivers, or the component that driver is related to, or device unbootable, unmountable, which is usually a problem you only get with VMs, but yeah. It's when the virtual hard drive doesn't mount properly.
Fair enough. Boy. Callan, did I ever show you that 4chan thread that I posted when I upgraded to Lollipop and none of my VNs worked anymore?
Yes, no, I read through it, and I'm pretty sure I was one of the ones calling you a certain thing.
That's understandable. Yeah. Gents, I think we've derailed quite well.
Thank you.
Hey,
Words
PC
of
Master
wisdom.
Race never derailed.
Yeah, whatever you say.
I think we've actually
No
still got a
mods
bit of
in Skyrim.
time, because we still got to cut out the first 20 minutes for me fucking up, don't we?
Oh, well, you
we
were
do.
on for more than 20 minutes, so that's a lot of cutting.
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
Harry, if it makes you happy, when I finish all my planned games, I will install mods on. I'll install reasonable and respected mods onto Skyrim.
Okay, I have 300 mods at last count on my Skyrim game, so I will.
I've
Is it stable?
It is stable. I work through mine very slowly but methodically.
Harry, what's your plugin list? How long is your
Oh,
plugin list?
I've
Mine's 181 long.
are you talking about that the load order thing?
Yeah, in the load order.
I actually don't have too many mods that mess with load order, because I know that those in particular really screw with stability.
Well, the more advanced ones need plugins.
Yeah.
So the load order one in the Nexus Mod Manager shows the number of plugins, and I'm currently running 181.
No wonder yours crashes at the drop of a hat.
Shit.
No, I tend to find all the small, simple ones. They tend to make overall a big thing, because if you had something small, then the person who made that small mod has put in a lot of care and attention and work and etc. etc. If someone makes an entire quest mod, that they'll be strained for time and they'll just
No, the quest
get
mods are
through it.
rubbish.
Yeah, but I know some of them are good. The short quest mods. There are ones
fair
that go for ages, and most of it's just padding, and half of it's literally maps copied and pasted and whatnot. Just because
Don't want that.
they don't have time for that. They want to get the overall arching epic saga out of the way, and there's no point in putting that in.
Well, I've found the best games to mod so far in my experience was, because Skyrim already is a modern AAA game. It looks really good vanilla. You go back to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, which, being relatively old, they don't look horrible, but they don't look great either. Like, at the time, they looked awesome. But thanks to the wonderful Nexus mod community, I've managed to turn Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas into what looked like AAA titles that came out 2 days ago.
Nice.
Don't ask how long it took, and don't ask how much I wanted to stab myself while I was doing it.
Could I get your Fallout 3 ones?
Yes.
Because I have Fallout 3, just haven't played it.
You haven't
finished
played
it.
Fallout 3?
No, I played 2 hours maybe. I think it got to, is it Nuketown or something?
Megaton.
Megaton? Yeah. Yeah,
That's what we
so
need
I
to
got
do.
to that part. That's it.
Okay, we always do like funny, random Let's Plays of scary games that John hates, or new stuff that's just coming out and we want to find out what it's like. We should do a Let's Play of something that we freaking like, and just see how many friggin' hours this thing can ramble on for.
So we're playing Sakura Spirit.
Never gonna live that one down. Never.
I'm sorry to bring this up weeks upon weeks later, but how did you not just look at that and realize that was a really fucking bad idea?
I thought it was gonna have a sense of humor. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be funny. Like, same way that nude mods are put in games. You know, it's ha, look at that. This game
mods aren't put
takes
in
its
humor.
pandering seriously. And it's unbearable. That's one of the few games that I've literally used that whole uninstall thing to actually remove it from your list. Not just grayed out, but actually gone.
Oh, the regret.
The regret.
See,
That's
this
okay.
See, Harry, this is why you play random games for free first, and then you'd pay for them. Did you actually pay for Sakura Spirit?
I did.
Oh my god! You paid for a VN, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This podcast does not endorse game piracy.
No, we don't.
No, but I mean, you wouldn't want to play that game for free either.
90% of them are free already anyway.
Actually, I literally, I just paid for another VN on Steam. Where are you?
Is that the If My Heart Had Wings one?
Yes, it is, because the Android version has some microtransaction bullshit, whereas the Steam version, you just buy the game. And all the reviews are really positive, so
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
it's
go for
actually,
it.
it's quite sweet. Pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard good things. Freaking...
Who's playing with pots in the background
That
there?
would be Tucker.
That'd be me.
That's
Didn't we
always
tell you to
Tucker.
break your apartment before we started the podcast?
And I thought I did, but apparently I haven't broken it enough. That's why
One
all
of
that
these-
sound in the background.
Well, one of these days we're going to have to release the audio clip of us getting ready for it, because everyone else is just sort of this subdued noise as we get, Mike has like my tablet and my beer and all that ready for the podcast. Tucker is literally like he's being robbed.
Oh, God, guess what? Sakura
I don't
Spirit-
want to guess.
Sakura Spirit is 66% off right now, guys.
I saw that and I was tempted, but I valued my dignity.
If it comes in at less than $1, I will buy it just for a laugh.
lulz.
Just
Well, they'll have
because
to drop $2 more
no,
off.
it's only $3.40 at the moment. Nope,
Yep,
sorry,
too
not
much.
cheap enough.
That'd make for a
We're
great
talking to the
short-
guy who managed to get Just Cause 2 and all of its expansions for 23 cents.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, flash sale. I got it for 23 cents. It was actually the worst 10 minutes of my life. Hey.
Oh, Just Cause 3 has been announced.
It has, hasn't
A
it?
700 kilometer squared map. I'm sorry, but that map
Nothing in
was
it.
too big. That map was too big. 70 square kilometers. And it's like, you haven't discovered anywhere yet, so you have to travel there manually. Cool, 10 hours later, and I might have got like a third of the map across. And then his fucking grappling hook, man. That was the only reason I played that game.
I will grapple onto a supersonic jet.
I will grapple into the ground. That way I won't die.
I'm falling towards the ground at terminal velocity. By accelerating faster towards the ground, I will survive unharmed.
It's the best thing ever.
Oh, physics.
I love those kinds of games. Alright, okay, that's it. Enough talk. I must buy all the things on Steam. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Way ahead of you. I now have 4 games in my wish list. This is not going to end well for me.
So,
Spreadsheet no longer be in alignment.
Oh, it will be well out of alignment after tonight.
your spreadsheet. So I haven't seen the spreadsheet that you are putting together for our trip to Japan. Since this seems an appropriate topic since we were talking about friggin' VNs before.
Oh, by the way, listeners, we're going to Japan.
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
I'm so psyched for that. But, yeah, seriously, when you finally finish this thing, am I going to be able to read it without my head exploding?
I might release it to you in patches, so you kind of can take it in and handle it for a bit, and then I'll give you the next
formula
patch
at a
the following
time.
week. Exactly.
When does the closed beta start?
I will let you know when it's ready.
What's the application process?
Well, there's a 10...
Microtransactions.
Look, there's a 10-page form you need to fill out. I will then process that form, put it through the queue, and then hopefully I will accept it.
He put it in the queue. He put it in the far queue.
Yep.
Alright, gents, I'm cutting you off right there.
Just like
go
that
off Regis.
bartender on Saturday night.
You suck. Thank you all for joining us on Uninformed. Please subscribe to us in iTunes, watch us on YouTube, and tweet us at uninformednews, or email us at uninformedpodcast@gmail.com. I'm Harrison Leake.
I'm Andrew Finn.
I'm Calvin Hilston.
And I'm Matt Tucker.
And you've become uninformed. The show notes started with John Clark. I literally almost said, I'm John Clark.
She was a lot like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Now little Carolyn is in view too. One day they woke me up, so I could live forever. It's such a shame the same will never happen to you. You got your shorts and I